Okay. You've all seen the diet programs on TV, like Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers. However, they do cost a substantial amount of money just to lose weight. But if you think about it, there's a less cheaper way to lose weight. I will be discussing in class today on diet. I have been researching this topic to inform you and myself in more detail on diet. Today I will inform what are the appropriate foods for dieting, the cost, and how it can make you have a healthier lifestyle. Mainly diets are watching what you eat. Here are a few popular diets that I have researched, starting with the self-speech. It's called the self-speech diet. It has 2 phases. Phase 1 is a period of 14 days, where you're only permitted to eat chicken, turkey, fish, cheese, nuts, salad, only with an olive oil dressing, and vegetables. The foods to stay away from are, during the period of 14 days, are sweets like ice cream, candy, cookies, and also rice, bread, and potatoes and pasta, mainly like heavy carbs. After phase 1, overcoming the craving for sweets and carbohydrates, and comes phase 2. You should still shift pounds even though you are now permitted to eat some carbohydrates. If you still have an occasional craving for a particular food such as chocolate or some kind of dinner roll, you're allowed to have it, but only in moderation. The self-speech diet helps people deal with cravings and help shed off the pounds. Another diet that can shed the pounds off is the abstinence diet, which helps with the weight loss and weight maintenance. First, to lose the weight, you must achieve burning both carbohydrates and fat fuel. By doing this, you drastically reduce your carbohydrate consumption. With that, your body starts to go to your fat as an energy source, which leads to weight loss. And if you do the opposite, which is eat a lot of carbohydrates and a lot of it, usually it messes up your metabolism, so your fat and your carbohydrates start to go down, so which leads to gaining weight. Mainly carbohydrates are currently attained through fruits and vegetables. The serving size for the Atkins diet is 10 to 15 servings of vegetables a day. There's a guide for the zone diet, which is called a 40-30-30, which is 40% carbohydrates, 30% fat, and 30% protein. This differs depending on your activity level, so how much you exercise daily. And and the last one is called the zone diet. It has high in protein, low carbohydrates, and it doesn't have any phases. The diet for the carbohydrates it helps you reduce your it's the same thing like the Atkins diet, pretty much. It has you intake more fruits and vegetables, and it also can prevent heart disease and diabetes. The cost. Well, anyway, that's the money side. There is cost, have you from the beginning, like I said, you watch Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers. They aren't really that cheap. For instance, Jenny Craig is about $100 a week, and the Weight Watchers, it varies from going to the meetings is $10 to $12 per week, depending on where your meetings are. There's the Weight Watchers online program, which costs $29.95 to sign up, and then a monthly fee of $16.95 a month. Which to me sounds expensive just for you to, for them to mail you food or to watch you diet, pretty much, which you can do that on your own. So for the diets that I told you, really, you can find these foods like the chicken and all that stuff at your local grocery store, and you are in charge of like how much you want to spend. And lastly, anyways, I'll just show it. It's a healthy lifestyle for dieting. Having a good health in your diet, it also includes exercise. The exercise and dieting can help you maintain your weight, tone muscles, and a sense of well-being. Also, with diets, it can also help you with your diabetes, your cholesterol, and also if you're already diagnosed with these, it can lower your intake of medication, and so which is really helpful for doing the diet. And for conclusion, today I have discussed the kind of foods to eat while dieting, how much it costs, and how it can improve your and have a healthier lifestyle. Even though diets can be complicated, the end results can be satisfying and a lot easier to maintain the weight.
All right, I got to see what the problem is with the image. Let me see one of your. Okay. So it was just that you were looking at the back of the blank. Okay. Well, okay. I'm sorry. You were under the impression it was an X-ray machine. Mean of me. Sorry, that happens. Okay. Because that just seemed weird. I hadn't seen anything like that before. All right. Who's doing the evaluation on that? Erica? You here? No. Okay. Okay, hang on just one second. All right, well, you've got an okay reference to the diet plans and the things that people see advertised on television as your attention device. Your topic is introduced in sort of a lackluster way. I think you need a little more energy. There's no particular point of view. You do set up a good structure for the speech, so it sounds like it's going to have some momentum to it. But once we get to that structure, it really feels a lot like you were wandering around on those individual subjects. I didn't hear any material being cited in the presentation. The material that you're talking about is somewhat dry. You need some examples and illustrations, maybe a story to talk about people who are successful or unsuccessful on Atkins or the Zone diet or the South Beach diet. Instead of just giving us the list of the kinds of foods that you might have on each of those things, I thought you tried to explain a little bit the difference between the first couple of diets. I thought there was a lot of confusion over the Atkins diet and the Zone diet. It sounds like you're basically saying they're the same thing. And by the way, I think everything else in your speech You could have left that out, stuck to the differences between those three diets, and had a lot clearer speech. It would be, your purpose then would be to explain the difference between the three major alternative diet systems or eating systems that people are attracted to these days. And I think that would give you a sharper focus about where you're going. Obviously, on the visual materials, we had a little bit of a problem. You had the one thing up there as wallpaper at the beginning. We couldn't see the other images when you're showing them. It looks like they were mostly transition material. They're not adding much to the speech. I think, for example, on the zone diet and the Atkins diet, where you're talking about phases and different groupings of food, that suggests like a natural visualization for the subject matter that you're talking about.